Hi, I'm Mandy Gilbert, principal at CLS, and I'm here today with Creason Schafer, one of our CLS alum, who came back to visit today with a really important message for our middle school students. Creason, can you tell us a little bit about what you do for work and why it was so important to come visit today?
Yes, I am a community outreach specialist at Johns Hopkins Children's Center down in Baltimore. I am under the Pediatric Trauma and Burn and Injury Prevention. So today I came to talk with the middle schoolers about fire and burn prevention, as February is Burn Prevention Month. Burn Prevention Week was about 2 weeks ago. So we talked about how to prevent different types of burns. We talked about the different types of burns together, and how to prevent littler kids, siblings, cousins, friends, kids, to not get burned as well.
I think people often think that burn prevention is an issue for smaller children. We think about kids playing with matches or getting too close to the campfire. Why is this an important lesson for middle school students? What kinds of risks are they exposed to?
Well, middle schoolers are a lot more excited and eager to be in the kitchen, to cook cookies, to cook cup of noodles, to make food to help with cooking. So they're a little more eager than little kids. Little kids are more curious to know what their parents are doing, but the older kids are more of a doer, I guess, more wanting to do things than just observing.
And that puts them at a bigger risk because they're more hands-on.
Yes, and they want to do more, so they kind of can see more, whereas little kids can't necessarily see the cup of coffee in the middle of the table, but a middle schooler can see that there's a cup of coffee that's hot.
Excellent. I had the privilege of watching part of Creason's presentation, and you had a really cool interactive Jeopardy game. Why do you think that's a great format for connecting with middle school students, and what was that experience like with our kids?
I think middle schoolers are very competitive and wanting to play games.
Absolutely.
So kind of meeting them in the middle of having an educational aspect to a game, I think is very helpful for them because they really engage more, and I think they actually will learn more. Mm-hmm. Personally, I learned more from Jeopardy games in school because it was hands-on. Also testing your abilities. Were you really listening? Were you just over your head kind of thing? But I think they really enjoy Jeopardy games, or games in general, to learn.
I saw lots of hands raised and lots of teams getting really excited about the competition, yes. So that was great. So you had the benefit of a CLS education. You said this library brings back memories for you. I know you graduated from CLS in 8th grade. So now that you've completed high school and college and you're in the work world, what was the value of a CLS education for you? Or what difference did your CLS education make for you now that you're beyond our walls?
A couple things. I think that CLS prepared me for really asking teachers, especially in high school and college, the majority of college, asking teachers, hey, can you sit down with me and talk and go through this test? Or being more willing to talk to teachers. Like some college professors are like, you're just a number. But for me, it was like, I want to be a person. Mm-hmm. I want them to know that I want to do well in their class. I want to get A's. So that was one thing. I think also knowing the study tools and being able to carve out that time of after school, after class, to really work on my homework so that way it was done and I could enjoy the rest of my day. Mm-hmm. Also, just being a good time management. And just the people, like being around CLS and being with the faculty and staff and other students has really like made me a better person. And like I know how to treat other people when I'm out in that community and being respectful of adults, even though I'm also in the workforce, I'm still being respectful of people that I work with, and I still call you Miss Gilbert. I can't call you Mandy. I can't call Miss D, or Jane. I have to call her Miss D. But it's just the way that I grew up and the way that I constantly have that reminder of CLS built me from kindergarten to 8th grade, and then I use that the rest of the way.
That's fantastic to hear. And that faith formation piece, also talking about respect and cooperation and being part of community. I think that's such an important part of what we do here at CLS. And also, it's so important to our teachers to build those relationships with students. You are so much more than a number or even a name here. You know, teachers sitting down with students in study hall during recess after school, going over information, and kids feeling comfortable in class, raising their hands, getting help. I think that's a huge difference in the education that we provide here versus some of the schools outside our walls. So sure. I'm glad to hear that has served you well. And thank you so much for coming back today to teach our middle schoolers those important lessons today, and we hope that maybe that can be an annual thing. We'd love to have you back again next year.
Thanks for having me. It was
You're
very fun to be back in the building.
Great. Thank you so much. If you'd like to hear more about what a CLS education can do for your student, give us a call or check out our website. New student applications are available right now, and we'd love to talk to your family. Take care.